Ready?
Yeah.
Hey Mark, how are you doing today? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So what's been going on? Anything new? Any improvements or?
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as last time. I'm still kind of struggling um, at work, not with work, but just coping with everything that I have to do. And I've really been meaning to kind of better myself in my job. And I guess I just need help maybe figuring out how to ask for raises and move up.
So you say you want to improve yourself and do better at your job. What are you hoping to do? What's your goal, or what do you want to see it come out of it?
Well, I want more money, obviously, first of all, and um, I'm not really worried about my work ethic or my quality of work. It's just the amount and the people, uh, interfacing with people.
So it's new to talk to person one-on-one. That whole, you didn't have to deal with the people beforehand, and now you do.
Right. I'm one-on-one now with them, and I tend to take their problems as my own, just being that's my personality.
And you've mentioned that before too. Is that you take on a lot of responsibility of other people's needs. You said that your family and your siblings, that you usually take on all that, and you take it on as your problem. So you have a hard time separating yourself from problems around you.
Yeah, learning what's mine.
Yeah.
What's my problem or what's theirs. But maybe it was the way I was raised or something, but I always want to help, and I take on too much.
It makes sense. Do you feel a little overwhelmed at your job? Like there's a lot going on and you can't get caught up?
Um, it, Overwhelmed is a good word at times. It's pretty steady all the time, but then I really get when I get heavy, I just I get the overwhelmed feeling.
And what is that overwhelmed feeling? Can you describe it? Kind of what it feels like inside, or do you just feel like
butterflies, kind of like nerves,
tension
nervous,
in your
tension.
body?
It kind of exits as anger sometimes.
Yeah.
Because especially when I deal with people and they don't like what I have to say, even if it's the truth, I don't know how to take that, and sometimes I can get heated instead of just working it out.
So
I take it personal.
You take it personally, because you obviously know that your job, you can only do so much in your position. You're the maintenance guy, and that you go fix the problem. You can't do anything beyond that, like give them a new apartment or deal with that. You have to just focus on what you can do. And a lot of times I understand that those people that you deal with think that they put it all on you, and they don't realize that it's not all your.
Right. And I don't like to do that. I'm the opposite. So I tend to take on more than I should, and that's why, because I feel like I can, but then when I do, it's too much.
The other people in your position, because you said that you had two other gentlemen who helped train you in your position, do you feel like you do a lot more work than them, or do they ask for more help than you do, or how can you get to a position where you're comfortable like them?
Just learn from them. I just need to slow my pace and just get done what I can, and they do that because that's how they should be.
Yeah.
And if I can just learn to slow my pace or find a different pace and pick and choose what's mine and what I need to do, I think I'll be okay. But
well, what do you think you can do to start that path of what's one thing that you can improve or work on that will lead you in that process of taking the overwhelm off of you, not feeling so stressed?
Well, asking for help. That would be huge for me because I'm not good at asking for help. And they are. And they ask me for help all the time, and it's legitimate help that they need. And I just need to learn to do that.
So you're saying asking help is the first step in making that plan. Um, so let's kind of make a rough draft of a plan that would work for you. We'll say so. Your first step is starting to ask for help. And what do you think would be the next step after asking for help?
Um, oh, just maybe thinking ahead of time, maybe, or actually dividing up what is mine and what is theirs, as far as maintenance and leasing,
Yeah.
and just do my job. And if I have any extra time, then
Help them out.
then help.
Do you feel like a lot of times you excuse me. So you feel like you're taking on the leasing position. Have you ever discussed that with them, or do you feel like in your old position did you help them out a lot because you had that extra time?
And kind of I've kind of bred myself into that, so they think it's okay.
Yeah. So you're still trying to get in the groove of like you're still learning a new position, you're still working on it. You've been there, you said, for about almost a year in this position, and everyone around you really hasn't gotten used to being in this position and having. And you said your old position, they terminated it, right? So that person's not there anymore. So they're not used to not having anyone else to help, so they're still turning to you to help.
Right. I don't think they do that to my coworkers. I think that they know that they will say no.
Yeah.
And I will say yes because I'm still learning the ropes. And I've always been not a yes man, but always wanted to help,
And I think that also says something about you. You kind of got to look at it from their perspective, is that you are a good worker. They know if they ask you for the help, they're going to get that quality out of it, and they're going to get they're going to get the best results. And I feel like they keep asking you to do that because they know they're going to get what they need. So let's think this week you're going to go out and you're going to start, when you go to a project, you're going to look at it first, right? And say, let me try to do this by myself, but if I can't, you're going to try to ask for help. Mm-hmm. Now, who would be the first person you'd call to ask for help?
Their name? Or
just, would it be one of your other maintenance people? Like
yes.
The head?
Yeah, it would be the guy that's been there the longest. He's very much like me, but he's been there longer. He just knows what you should do and when you should. He's been there for going on 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So he knows the ins and outs.
And you feel comfortable asking him for help if you have to?
Yes. Yeah.
And he has he ever offered to help you if you need it, or?
Yeah. Yep.
And he's
always the first.
So it's just now trying to work, realizing that you need to take those steps. And I think it's always hard for anyone to ask for help, because it is difficult to realize, like, this is more than I can handle, especially going into the position where you're trying to prove yourself, show them that you can do this, you don't have to do anything for help. But I think it also shows strength when you ask for help from other individuals. And I think in your line of work, it's a lot of manual labor, it's a lot of work, and you do need help with it. I definitely think this is a great step in the right direction. We'll start with this week. Let's make your goals when you feel like you're overwhelmed or you're stressed or you can't do you feel like you can't do the job correctly or something. How about before you reach those feelings, you ask for help? Is that something that you think will be possible for you to do?
Yeah, because I can feel it coming.
Yeah, so there are warning signs when it's starting to come and you do feel like you lose control. Mm-hmm. So you definitely feel like you can, you know the signs. So let's just make that a goal this week, and kind of like homework, if you're okay with that. It's just, when you feel those feelings coming on, ask for help. And after you ask for help, maybe that'll lead you towards the right direction of not feeling that overwhelming. And when you do feel overwhelmed, you got to realize that you're not the only one in your position as well. So try to change your perspective of the way you're thinking about it. If feeling overwhelmed, remember that most people can't do that job on their own. That's why the people you're working for, or the people living in the housing that you're at, or the students or individuals, they're calling for your specialties because they can't do it. So you got to remember to yourself, like, you're doing your job to the best of your ability. And a lot of times, it's hard for one person to do that job on their own. So just try to have a new perspective on the way that you do it. Try breathing as well, just calming yourself down before you get too stressed or overwhelmed. So, do you think you can do that this week?
Yeah, I can work on that.
All right, so we'll work on asking for help and just changing and calming ourselves down before you get so built up. Does that think that'll help you?
Right, yeah.
And do you think that kind of plan will lead you to getting a raise or just kind of the confidence, the leading towards that position?
Eventually, yeah. This may just be the first step towards it, but it's a positive step.
Yeah.
As long as I can.
And we can slowly, throughout our sessions, further the plan and keep working on it so we can get to that